Welcome back to Oakleview Park. We're here as the Warriors take on Stenhousemuir take on Annan Athletic. So here with Cameron Graham. How you doing? Cameron Graham! What a great start, Cameron McIntyre. Cameron, how are you feeling today?
Apart from being called Cameron Graham again, I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to this, of course. The last two fixtures have been in the Betfred Cup, where we took on Livingston and Alloa, not Annan. But we're back here in the league and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been difficult last two games. I mean, last week was, 2-0 up at half time, seemingly in a good place. Quite a few problems with the starting lineup. Muir starting at centre back with Christopher McQueen and a few people out, veterans like Andrew Monroe. A bit of a problem there, and that's really what came to haunt them in the second half, isn't it? 4-2, and a poor result, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, of course, we mentioned there, Andy Monroe, the captain, now suspended. Craig Little and Jonathan Tiffany both in isolation after Tiffany tested positive and Little being a close contact. But I thought during the first half, Davy Aaron said in the post-match interview, it was the best he's ever seen the Warriors play when he's been at the club where he's been manager or assistant manager. And, it's hard to disagree with him because, we limited, I think, like 2 or 3 chances they had. Mark McGuinn, who starts again today, Cammy Graham, who starts again today, both had plenty of chances between them. Cammy Graham did score, Mark McGuinn didn't, and then Greg Spence scored from the spot after a deserved penalty. But
and I tell you what, Spence seems to be the main man this season, doesn't he? Coming off of that left-hand side, he scored a few. I think it's 3 penalties, and he's managed to get on the end of a few chances. He definitely seems to be the main goal getter for the Warriors this season.
Yeah, of course. In the league, he's top goal scorer, 4 goals in the 4 games so far in the cup. I think that was his first goal in the cup against Alloa there from the penalty spot. But he's not just there for the goals. I think against Alloa he played a lot further back in that midfield, allowing Graham and McGuinn to play up top. I think he'll be playing the same role again today, as it looks to be a 4-3-3 with Biabi coming back and lining up to partner the two before they mentioned. But you think maybe if he's a bit further back, you might get a goal or two if the ball's played into him, as we've been doing quite a lot of season, putting the ball across and back to our own running player. But have to wait and see how it goes.
And that's it, the attacking unit that the Warriors have, McGuigan, Biabi and Spence with Graham in the hole behind. They're going to be dangerous, but it's at the back where there may be some problems. Obviously, Tommy Muir, he started the first few games of the league season at centre-back, at centre-forward, and now he's playing as a centre-back next to Andy Monroe with Little out, and Tiffany out in isolation, which means Jack Hodge, who was playing in that number 10, is playing a lot further forward, further back as a right-back. So there's going to be a bit of communication. But as you said last week, Davy Iron saying that they did play well in that first half. The young lads did play well, and they did manage to, not concede for the first half. And as we say, Andy Monroe back in the team. You know what he's like on that pitch. He likes to make himself known. He's a leader. He'll talk, and the teams get ready to kick off. But it's going to be, as the camera looks from right to left, the Warriors are going to be starting, as we said, in the maroon kit. And referee Lloyd Wilson blowing his whistle to signal that it's going to be Annan Athletic who are going to be kicking proceedings off, and it's Aidan Smith, the danger man for Annan, who are going to be starting things off. As just a few of the Annan Athletic substitutes make their way towards the bench, and Annan kick off here. Max Wright starting off the game.
Defenders,
he's going to have a hard day, isn't he?
Yeah, but you get the ball on the ground against them.
Headed away by Muir there. It's picked up by Biabi, who's got a bit of time on this near side.
Of course, Biabi missed last week's game as he was slightly injured, so Davy Irons rested him. It's good to see him back for today's game.
Wright tries a shot there, and you can see there are a little bit of a problem there that Muir didn't really fancy going to try, but it did look like he may have been nicked. And
yeah. They're calling for that there. I think it hit his chest.
Absolutely,
and they're not calling
no
for that.
chance was there. No, it does frustrate me as a referee when you hear players calling for handball when it rolls off of their chest and it's so obvious. But then I sat myself as a player. That's a great ball to Biabi there, and he's in some space here. Can he turn in? Yes, he can. Is he going to try and get that cross in now? Yes, he does. Towards McGuigan, who fires it over the goal. And that is a gilt-edged chance. McGuigan, you can tell, fuming with it there and keeping it. It's a constant.
Not just that. They're getting the ball in the midfielder attack, but literally seconds later, it's straight back down.
Well, good tackle there by Yates. Spence plays it out towards Biabi, who finds McGuigan. Can McGuigan get a shot off?
I think he's
Plays it
looking
out
wide.
towards Graham. Graham is looking to drive in, and he has a shot, and it's just into the side netting there, and the referee has given a goal kick. That was a good shot there from Cameron Graham. He had
Hopefully
there's
not.
no substitutions, only one booking and no goals. So I can imagine it's going to be a very quick turnaround. They're going to be in quite quickly, and I'm sure as the rain comes down, they're probably quite pleased. It seems to be easing off at least. Seems to be easing off.
Maybe it'll bring that back out.
And it's a lofted ball there, and it's Blair who manages to nod that away, and it's Monroe charging out of centre back there and possibly leaving his defence in a bit of trouble there as it comes forward, and it's a goal there, and it's Max Wright there, and that is a really poor goal to concede there. Wright, their striker, left unmarked at the near post as Monroe charged out of centre back there, and a really poor goal to concede there. And it does look like it's, yes, Max Wright, the number 9, who with a overhead kick. Would you call that an overhead kick, Cammy?
You would say, but I'm quite disappointed with Paddy Martin there. Being in the near post once again, against Kindeath, he was beating the near post and beating the
Starting things off, but I can imagine the referee's not going to be playing for much longer after this.
No.
He's got to give 30 seconds after a goal. And that ball forward from Blair there is easily picked up by Mitchell. Thanks to everybody who is watching at home. We've got a few tweets on the Warriors TV Live hashtag that I will read out at half-time, and that is timely as the referee blows for half-time. And a disappointing first half for the Warriors ended with a goal from Max Wright as we go in at half-time. It's Stenhousemuir 0, Annan Athletic 1, and you know, we've been saying McGuigan just really hasn't had a sniff. He's had one chance and it didn't look like he was ever going to score it.
Yeah, well, that'll be the half-hour turn time or whatever.
But I'll give a big thank you to Karen from the Annan Athletic team, who's just given me some flapjacks that she's made for the team, and a big thank you to her. She says she does the sports science but also a bit of everything at Annan Athletic, so thank you, Karen, for the flapjacks as the Warriors get lined up here to kick off the second half. McGuigan over the ball and tapping, looks like he wants it, who's going for a long ball towards Biabi, but it was headed away by Hunter, and we're going to need to see more danger from Biabi on that left-hand side. And as I look to my right, but the kit that we've got in front of us, we don't want to particularly get it wet because it'll probably fry your stream as well.
Yeah, the issue is the area we're in, well, we're connected to the net on the far side. So, when we're putting it inside...
Fleming on the ball here, takes a shot, and it's a great save by Martin. Picked up here again, and it's over the bar by Smith, and Annan putting some early...
You can see the half moon. It's getting dark quite early here. It's only 4:10 and the moon's already out.
Not getting much daylight at the moment, not the cheeriest of times.
Yeah, but, you know, wait until we get to the summer, you know, it's going to be a big summer here in Scotland anyway. Of course, with the Euros coming up after Scotland qualified. But I think most
are
of
you
us
still riding on cloud 9, Cammy? Are you still feeling good? I saw your tweets that night. You were a happy man. It was, Biabi's coming in, and it's towards Spence, and it's a great finish from McGuigan. Brilliant ball from Biabi on that left-hand side, and finished by McGuigan. Just missed at that near post by Spence, but McGuigan got his right foot on this and he managed to bury it, and that's a great goal from the Warriors there, and what they've deserved in that this second half. They've looked a lot better. They've certainly had the bit between their teeth, and McGuigan, after I was slating him at half time, of course he was going to score.
You know, we were talking before the game, he needs a goal here, you know.
But a good relationship on that left hand side between Yates and Monroe. Obviously Monroe seems to rate him.
Yeah, he does. Monroe usually right centre back, but, you know, linking up well from the day.
McGuigan in the box here, and he... Good.
He's put on his weaker foot again.
He did, yeah. You wonder whether he would take that first time on his right, but he decided to put it onto his left, and that's a nice turn in the middle.
Aaron done well to force him onto that weaker foot, though.
Ryan Blair charging forward here, and he's dispossessed there. Good tackle. Splain picks it up on this near side, and now Annan coming forward. Doherty overlapping, but decides against it. Splain just seeing what he can do up against Hodge. Hodge marshalling him back, but
he's just jogging on the field.
Yeah, there was no real challenge in there.
No urgency from the Warriors to that off in there.
And that's a really poor bit of play there from Hodge, and now Annan with a shot, and it was Oxen there, the far post there, and Hodge caught really and nodded on towards Martin as they look for a speculative ball to Max Wright as we move into the final 10 minutes of this game.
You know, we've been interested if the Warriors to make any more changes. You know, you could give Martin Shields a chance to see what he does. You know, more of a attacking midfielder, winger type player, and nothing's been given there.
No, nothing there. Biabi going to be trying, and he's gone for a shot. Soars over the top left-hand corner, but that was good play from Tommy Muir there.
After coming on against Albion Rovers, starting last week against Alwa, and then coming on for Cammy Graham. Yeah.
That's well done by McGuigan there. Can Tapping use the ball now? He's just found Spence. Spence gets a cross in, but it's cleared by Douglas. Tapping. Well done, he gets it to Blair there and plays in Biabi. It's a big shot from Blair. It goes over the top right-hand corner, and that's a good bit of play there from the Warriors. Blair, you wonder whether Tapping might try and get a shot off it. And Tapping gets it out towards Yates, and he's asking Yates to come forward quite a lot, and is Biabi going to be able to find him on the overlap? And decides to cut in himself, yeah.
Finds Blair instead.
And that's a great cross in, and can Muir get on the end of it?
Oh,
just cleared away there. A scramble on the edge of the line there, but that was, I think he's done everything he's asked of him. And you see, the tackle he made over there that could have been a clear chance on goal. His crossing has been good. There's been nobody who's been brilliant, but there's certainly nobody who's been poor today. And that's a big shot there from Oxen.
I could be right there. Callum Yates, playing that left back role very well today, defensively, offensively.
He's becoming a very important player, isn't he? And I think when we see Tiffany back again, we'll see a lot more an attacking dimension from the fullbacks. Hodge has done his best, obviously, and certainly not been found out, but Tiffany brings a bit more assuredness, I suppose. And Max Wright manages to get onto this ball, and it's a shot through, and it's in! And Wright manages to find the bottom hand corner at the death, and it's a goal from Max Wright, who scored in the first half, and he finds space in between Grigor and Monroe, and that is a really poor goal to concede. Yeah. Difficult one for Paddy Martin to get down to on the far right-hand side from where we're looking, but that will be a really sickening goal to concede for Davy Irons. He's had two chances. He's scored 2 goals, hasn't he?
He's scored a lot of problems.
That's exactly what you want from a centre forward. He's been a pest, and you can tell why he's well fancied by Annan. And it looks like that Annan are just going to sit on the ball in the corner here. Yep, and that's the end of the game there, and a really disappointing end to what's been a difficult game for the Warriors. 2 goals from Max Wright and 1 from Mark McGuigan, who did well throughout the game, but really, the experience there. Max Wright showed 2 chances, 2 goals, and made it very difficult for Stenny to come back. But the 89th minute, a real killer, and Davy Irons there, a little bit of a kick in the teeth, getting a booking just before the end of the game. But that will be really disappointing, because as you said, Cammy, if they would have kept it like that, 1-1, they'd have been second in the league.
Yeah, well, depends on how the game finished at 4th, but it's something you would have liked to see us, pick up the point there. But yeah, as it stands, it looks to be still 2-1 Elgin. But there's not much you can say really. Annan, I think, did thoroughly deserve the win there. We were quite poor up until we scored that goal, and we took control, but we didn't take our chances, especially just before they scored. That chance on the line, which Annan done well to clear, and then went up the other end and scored from it. So, and
you're absolutely right. I mean, neither team particularly in flying form, but Annan getting those 2 good goals, Max Wright finishing well, and that's the end of the Warriors' unbeaten streak at home in the league. So it's a difficult day for the Warriors. I mean, it's obviously a difficult time for the fact there's 2 players out with COVID, but this is something that the team are going to have to deal with over the next few weeks, and this is something that may keep on cropping up, and we'll be wishing Jonathan Tiffany well. But it's a difficult day. We'll have a quick look through what the hashtag people are saying on the hashtag. We've got James McFeely, really poor goals to give away today. Really need a big improvement for next week, but we need to dust ourselves off and start again. Chris Kennedy, garbage defending for both goals today.
Yeah.
Can't really say fairer than that. And he also wanted to see Thomas Halloran get some minutes there. He must have stocks in the ladder. I wanted to see us make a few changes, I suppose. Thank you very much for joining us here on Warriors TV Live. We'll be back here in about 2 weeks, is it, Cammy?
Yeah, 2 weeks' time as we take on Brecon City. I'll be joined by Mr. Craig G. Telfer from now on, as John is leaving us, unfortunately.
Sad times.
But the week after, we're also back on Warriors TV once again as we host Star in the league again, and then after that we're off to Elgin.
And I think before the industrial language carries on in the Annan dressing room, we'll leave you. But thanks for joining us here on Warriors TV Live, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon.
Davey, a sore one to take.
Yeah, absolutely gutted. To be honest, I didn't think we deserved to lose the game, but we have, and it's a big disappointment. But we've got to move on quickly.
And just moving on to at the end of the game, you did get yourself a yellow card. What was your thoughts on that?
I don't even know why that happened. I just asked. It was time waste. I just said, "How long, ref?" And that he's booked play. But listen, I don't really want to get into that. It's bizarre booking, to be honest.
It's good to see Big Mark back in the score sheet as well.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think we deserve to lose the game today. And good luck to them. They've gone and won the game in the last minute goal, but I think over the piece, I don't think they deserve to beat us. I'm not saying we deserve to win the game, but I certainly don't think we deserve to lose today. But
now looking forward onto next week, it's not really the game we're wanting to go into, top of the league.
Listen, I look forward to it. I'm not scared of any games on this level. We've got beat, and we have to dust ourselves down and regroup and go again.
We all have the introduction of Craig Little and Jonathan Tiffany back in the team. How much missing they are?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. The boys that have come in have done really well. I thought Hodgie was excellent today. Tommy did well defensively at the back. So, but no, I can't say. It's obviously two experienced players, so they will add to us. But I'm not taking anything away from the boys that have played. I think it was a game that we started really well, dominated, played some good stuff, lost away a wee bit, went behind for another dubious decision which I can't fathom out why, but lose a goal just before half time and then lose a goal right on the end. So I think over the 90 minutes, I think we've probably been the better side for a large majority of that, but Annan have gone away with the 3 points, so good luck to them.
And finally, you have expressed how much you do enjoy watching young Callum Yates play. He did put on another fantastic performance.
Yeah, he's faultless. He really is. It's a great learning curve for him. And hopefully he'll benefit from the experience of playing with Stenhousemuir.
Davey, as always, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.